Good morning, and blessings to each and every one of you, and welcome to our daily gathering of friends and family and loved ones and persons that we just want to bring into our positivity and let them enjoy life to the best that they can. You know, someone said yesterday, welcome to the new norm. This is the new norm for now, and as we change, we'll do everything as we do in our lives. We will flow, and we will adjust, and we will make different whatever is necessary to enjoy life and to spend it together and bring each other hope and happiness and just beautiful spirituality together. It's a lovely, lovely morning, Barbados. Welcome to the West Coast. Yeah, we're back down the west again this morning, but we're in a different area, an area that I love to walk when it's low tide, so I couldn't resist it today. We haven't done it for about 10 weeks, and I'm sure some of you will really appreciate this because you may not have been here before. Just to let you know exactly where we are, we're directly in front of what is known as Club Barbados. And this is as you're coming into Old Town area. This is just after you pass Sandy Lane on your left coming into Old Town, just before you actually get the first shopping plaza. They're currently closed, I believe. Why I say I believe? Because I see tables and stuff out, so I think they're getting ready to open. I'm not sure if any rooms are occupied, but I don't see any blinds pulled this morning on the beachfront area. And I would assume that if anyone is staying here, they would have their blinds open looking out the ocean. But then again, that's just basing it on what I would do if I was down here. Good morning to all you all, and welcome on board, all 47 of you. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here. Very unusual sky this morning. Although there are no clouds in the immediate area, there are quite a few of them that I saw like to the northeast. So I do have our rain shield with us, which I'll be putting on shortly. But I want to start in the water this morning, and I want to start the way that I know a lot of you like. So any of you water people are on board, welcome to Barbados. In the distance, you're going to see Sandy Lane Hotel, which we will be passing. We will be going in a southerly direction today. We hopefully will stay on the water the entire time, except for here, where we have to go up onto this above section by the hotel itself. Anyhow, let us say our serenity prayer, because the first thing we need to do is bring peace into this morning for ourselves. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Okay, we used to have this place used to be called Almond Beach Club. This is affiliated with the Almond Beach Resort. It just is this one is up in the Old Town area. Almond Beach Resort was down in the Spikestown area, and that's many years ago. Almond Beach Resort was a former Haywood's Hotel. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful spot. Now we're seeing more sand here than we have seen every time that we have come down. Normally when we come down, the water is right up to these rocks, even when at low tide. However, there is a little bit of sand building. We go through the talk already about the West Coast, how it builds at this time of the year. So you will see the beaches probably in their best condition. Maybe a little bit better as the year goes on. Maybe into like November time, it'll probably even be a little better. But we're going to make our way, as I said before, in a southerly direction. So we're going to leave Old Town behind us, and we're going to walk towards up into the general area, just beyond Sandy Lane. I really would like to get up to Paynes Bay itself, but we see how that goes. Paynes Bay beach, that is, not the actual bay. So, that will be a very long walk today. That'll be a really long one, because we don't like to rush when we're going up the coast. We stop for 360s, we're going to stop for blessings, we're going to stop to speak to people along the way. I would like to mention a person called Aratis. I thank you very much this morning, sir, for standing and talking with me. And before I could even tell you what we were about, you sent through a friend's request, and I saw you typing up on your phone. Aratis works at Sandy Lane Hotel, and really nice gentleman. So we're going to pass that way. We may see him, maybe he'll wave at us, but I want to hail him up because he made my morning already special just by being so enthusiastic and so bright and cheerful when I met him this morning. A real true ambassador to this island. I'm local, he's local, but we still share the same love and kindness that we would share to everyone. And that is the beautiful thing about Bajans. We are tight together, united we are, for sure. Alright, down here, as you've seen, I know some of you have been here for many, many years. You will remember days when these boulders were not here, and there was quite a large beach that used to go right around that point. Even at high tide, you could walk this area. Though it was a lot narrower, you could have walked this area at high tide before. We're going to make our ways up onto this property now, and I'll show you the indications of this place opening back up compared to last time. When we were here last time, there were no beach chairs out, or these little tables and chairs are all along here. They are spaced, so it is possible there are a few people in the hotel, I'm not too sure. But what is immediately noticeable is the man-made sand that has been put up on the higher elevation here. Because last time we walked through, it was very marly and, well, rocky and stuff. But This sand, you can see where they put some new man-made sand up here, and it really makes this area look beautiful again, like a beach. I obviously have never stayed here, but I do know that the company I used to work for moved many people here, and this is one of the preferred hotels in this general area anyhow. Very popular with groups and stuff. Beautiful morning. I don't know if you'll see the kind of reflections I was expecting, because the sky, although it's clear, or relative clear, it's very hazy. I noticed it when I was coming down on the mighty Groin highway. For those of you that may not know where that is, it's Spring Garden Highway, former Spring Garden Highway. That's been renamed in honor of our road march king, mighty Groin. When I was coming down there, I was seeing lots of like mist, fog around the lights, the overhead lights on the road itself. Not that was impairing the visibility or anything like that, but I could definitely notice it, which looked like really strange. I expected today to be a clear day. As you can look up the coast here, you can actually see what I'm talking about. It is certainly not the clarity that we would be accustomed to when we come on the west coast. So I'm not sure what how great the reflections will be, but I'm sure they will be there. Okay, hope I'm not talking too low, because it's very possible that some of these rooms may be occupied. But anyhow, you know me already, no seal on this track, call a mouth. You know, there are warnings here about the slipperiness and stuff. Again, sometimes there's a beach here, and sometimes there's no sand here whatsoever. I remember when I brought my Angel first time, well, not the first time, but one of the times we walked from Whole Town coming up, we actually had to go through chest deep of water here, and it was pretty uncomfortable, especially with a little bit of a swell. So today I walked through here already. I parked way up the road by one sandy lane and walked down this morning. You know, I may like to get in sync with what's around me and absorb everything. I like to become one with the surroundings, and that enables me to express how I feel and how it looks. So you can actually tie in your thoughts as well, because I know some of you have memories of this area. Some of you have never been here before, I'm sure, but this is Sandy Lane. A little bit difficult to get to most of the year. There are really two ways you can do so. Now, one is from Whole Town where we're walking now. Very difficult to get across here in the higher tides, or especially if there's a swell running. You really can't get across here very comfortably at all. Not trying to keep any dry goods with you, that is. The other one is through by Sandy Lane 1. And you have to do some climbing now. I did it today because the tide is really low. I was able to walk around the front of the actual barrier wall they've put up to protect the property, which I'll show you shortly. But in high tide, you won't be able to do that for sure. And if you are coming from, or going from here, or coming from Paynes Bay Beach, you have to do a little climbing up onto a rock section in front of a big villa there and make your way along. But we will again show you that, because I want to make sure you're all aware of how to get to and from locations. But they're the only two ways. There's no public thoroughfare that brings you through to this beautiful beach. Just gorgeous. Villas up here, super impressive. Lovely properties. Just stunning. Alright, I did a 360 in the water before, but I'm going to do a 360 from here just so you can absorb the beauty of this area. I'm going to try and go a little bit into the water, but there's some reef directly to our right, which is in the sea itself, so we can't go too far. And as you'll see, there's a little bit of sand being stirred up, but that's just because it's close in, and sand is moving at this time of the year. We've just talked about that just now, how the beaches tend to form at this time of the year, so you will get some sand moving down here for sure. Just beautiful. Now these catchment groins are fairly new. When I say fairly new, it's all last maybe 5 or 6 years or so, somewhere in that kind of time frame. When they've started trying to save some of the west coast beaches, because they've had tremendous erosion along here. So there are quite a few of these that are being constructed along there, as well as some that go from the shore as well. You know, that's where we've come from, and we're going to do our 360 here now. I can't remember which way we turned just now, but don't worry, we're going to unwind ourselves if we get wound up, so enjoy this. besides the very calming sound of these waves gently lapping on the shore, I'm also hearing some wood doves as well. I hope you all are hearing that, because that is such a peaceful and calming sound. This place here right now this morning is breathing peace. All you have to do is inhale, and you're going to definitely welcome it into yourself. For those of you that have never been onto this beach, it is a journey to get here from some of the locations, but trust me, it is really, really beautiful. But I will mention to you that above high water mark, they have up a lot of signs that you're not permitted to come up onto that section, because it either belongs to Sandy Lane or the Sandy Lane Beach Club itself. So I don't want you to come down here thinking you can get any shade, because there was no shade. Don't mind you see the trees, only in this section directly in the middle of the camera now. There's some shade, but as you can appreciate, limited shade means lots of people. So if you're coming down here, I would recommend the morning. I especially recommend the morning because of the glows and the reflections that you're going to see. You are seeing the sun is beginning to come up, so by the time we get to our other side where we're going, I'm sure we'll have some spectacular visions this morning. It is just beautiful down here. Look at the color of the sand. Look at the glass on the water. Just look at beauty. This is what you call tropical beauty. Absolute delight on the eyes for sure. It's beautiful this morning. All right, we're going to do some more walking on again. We have talked about these places before, but in case you were not with us, lots of villas, lots and lots of villas all along the west coast. In this area you'll find some really beautiful ones with absolute, everything you want is there. Butlers, barmen that bring your drinks to the beach, chefs, everything, fully laid on stuff. You leave home, if you're accustomed to that kind of living, this is what you will find here, and in abundance as well. I especially like this property because of their lattice work. How are you this morning? Because of the lattice work that they have up here, as you can see, it's latched. So coming into evening time, they can drop those and enjoy the sunset from wherever they're sitting. But as you can see, there are multiple terraces as well. But I love that because it gives you a sense of privacy during the day itself. And if you actually want to see the coastline or whatever, or even in the day if you want to see it, you just drop those, which makes it really, really nice. Beautiful. You see they have their areas sort of like marked out here, their high water marks. This is just to make sure they can secure these sections here for their guests. As you can appreciate, these people are paying a fortune to stay here, and therefore, they're expecting when they come onto the beach at least lie down in their chairs. And rather than put out tons of chairs just to litter the beach, what they've done is they just keep this area sort of like privatized for their residents. You don't find too much of this here already on the island, but you do find it in some of the west coast areas for sure. Just beautiful, beautiful laid out properties. Absolutely stunning. You can see all of the luxuries are here for sure. You have some birds flying all around. It's just a beautiful, beautiful morning in Barbados. I find Saturday mornings are a little laid back. Not laid back purposely or intentionally. It just is we've had a busy week, and it's just so nice to sit down and relax. It's like after running a marathon, all you want to do is just chill and relax. And that's what we're doing today. We're mellowing you right out. You will see not only a lot of manchineel trees, as this one is here right in front of us, but you'll also see a lot of mahogany trees, especially in the Sandy Lane area. Manchineel, just for those again, we'd like to warn you, just give you a little look at it here now. If I'm repeating myself to those that are online and knowledgeable ones, don't worry. Remember, this information would be invaluable for you when you first came to the island. These manchineels here are not apples. Do not eat them. Please do not even touch them unless you use a stick or something to knock them away. Please don't lay your towel on top of them, because if you scuff that outer skin, it will seep through. The juices will seep through and blister you. Manchineel is known as one of the most dangerous trees in the world. Please Google it online if you have any concerns or any questions about it. If you stand under this when it's raining, the sap that comes off with the rainwater will blister you. If you lean up on its bark or rest up on it as you're walking anywhere, it is very likely you will get blistered from the bark itself as well. If you sit on it as a bench, you will not have a comfortable memory of this for sure. And I use the word comfortable. Beautiful, beautiful facility here. Sandy Lane has started to open up. When I say start to open up, I mean for the morning. When it came down originally, the umbrellas were not up. They were all, well, they were standing erect, but they weren't all filling this section. Most of them were down still, and all of the loungers and stuff are all being laid out. So if you're at Sandy Lane today, you're going to get treated beautifully by your team that's down here to take care of you. Just a beautiful day. I'm going to do another 360 because this place is so stunning. All right, so here we go. I know for sure we went the other way first of all, so let me get rid of what I gotta say, get rid of the talk out of my mouth, so I could keep it quiet for a few minutes without having to bite up my tongue. So here we go, get ready. Let me use my favorite word here. Stunning! Stunning, stunning location in Barbados. I mean, you really cannot find anywhere more beautiful than the places that we go, to be honest with you. I mean, you may find somewhere, wherever you may travel, that you may say, oh, this is stunning and beautiful. But you won't find anything more beautiful than this here. Look at the color of this sand. And look at just the pristine conditions down here. The clarity of the water. Hey, you know what? Tell you what, let's hit a sea bath, folks. I hope you all are ready for another one. Yes, down this umbrella and let's do this. Ain't gonna waste the time today. We can go in and see a lot because we're gonna have, well, some of you may not get any sea tomorrow. So I can't say we will not get any sea because I will be getting sea tomorrow for sure. A little small south swell is predicted. We're having a lot of winds coming out of the east today. They're predicting a small south swell tomorrow for sure. So I'm gonna enjoy that. All right, I see some people here asking for snacks. So just let you know that our resident bacologist, Mr. Richardson, he's on board here and he has been seriously studying how you make conkeys. So I know November they'll be coming, and I'm sure before that he'll be treating him to lots of baked goodies before then. So check with him if he's not on the bus. Caught the conductor, put all the blame on him. Jeez. Good morning, Ray, my brother. And like you know it is, we like to banter. That is just pure love, my friend. All right, the drop off this morning, quite severe in this section here. When I say severe, yeah, we're looking at about 3 feet, I would estimate. Let's see. We're starting here at our shins. We're going to go down the banking. And we are just, I would say, just about hip height. So that will give you an indication of it. It's quite steep as it comes off. However, you know, you can just take your time. Take your time in the water. The more difficult, challenging part will be getting out, especially if it's fresh sand that's building as it is here, because it's going to be soft. So, you know, it's going to be a little more difficult to get out. But hands and knees, if you need to, there's no shame in that. You know, when we start off as children, we start off on hands and knees. And we work our way up to our feet. And we'll eventually get back down to hands and knees, or at least dependent on something to help us get through. So it's just a way of life, and it's not a problem. We adapt every day. What I used to do at 30 and 40, I can't even dream of doing now. I can't jump off a 10-foot wall and play springing and moving on. I would lose a leg or something. So, you know, I have to adapt to it. So the main important thing is in life, just like anything else that we do, we have to adapt it, and we have to, you know, make it possible to be as happy as possible. Just don't do the things that, you know, you can't do. Because if you attempt them and you can't get them done, you're going to feel all depressed. So stay within your limitations. I'm not saying not go for challenges, because we grow by challenging ourselves. But when they're ridiculous challenges, let's leave them behind, please. We want to make sure we're all healthy and fit and, you know, in good condition. All right, I'm going to give you a 360 for the water now. Here we go. Just a beautiful morning. I'm sure you all are hearing all of that, you know, the gentle slapping on the beach. This sound would just put you to sleep. If I had a long chair now and I had it laid out here, I'd be gone in blink of an eye, no doubt about that, because this is just peaceful for me. You know, as I said before, I absorb everything around me, so everything here is like magnifying itself for me. You know, it's just beautiful. Okay, we're gonna make our way back up this drop off. Let's see if I can avoid having to go down on my knees. Yeah, it looks that way to me. Yeah. Didn't puff a half too much, so I guess we were okay. Not that bad. I thought it'd be a lot more difficult, but the sand was not as soft as I anticipated coming back out, so it was a lot easier to come up. Alright, just gonna put back on our bag again, and we're gonna make our way up the beach. Just a beautiful morning in Barbados. I'm sure it's beautiful where you are as well. There's beauty all around us. You just have to look for it. You know, I know I always say, oh man, it's beautiful in the cold. And people tell me, you've got to be joking. You never lived in cold. Well, no, I have vacation in cold, but I haven't lived in cold. And I will tell you, I still was able to find so much beauty. You know when you live somewhere in the tropics like this, and then you visit somewhere with snow, it's beautiful, just beautiful. I wouldn't like to live there, but certainly like to visit there. All right, team's getting themselves real busy here, making sure everything is prim and proper. Just beautiful. Isn't it a lovely layout? Now, this is the morning before it wakes up. When you come home later on, you'll see a whole set of people on these chairs and stuff. Where are you going, man? You okay? Beautiful. Yeah, brother? Yes, this is our friend, Ratties, I talked to you before. You want to say hello to the world for me? Yeah. Yeah, man, okay. And your name is? Mark? Yeah, Mark, good man. Good to see you all guys, huh? Have a blessed day and do what you got to do. All right, respect, man. Thank you. Just a beautiful, beautiful morning. Real nice beach and hospitality. You know, as I told you, there's a positive energy coming off of that guy, actually off of both of those guys. It feels wonderful this morning. I gain my charge, my energy, and my passion off of those that surround me. Of course, I gain it off of nature. That is the most important thing, and I'm blessed with all that because God has given me those gifts. But for people around me, like my family, the EMC family, I am blessed. And every time I see you all online, and I watch the comments, especially the care and the attention and the love flowing, man, it just charges me full and I'm ready to go again for sure. My battery never goes down. Well, only when I go to sleep. And sometimes I gotta struggle to do that as well. Too much energy. Just beautiful morning. All right, we're gonna walk a little bit. This is gonna be your morning walk on the west coast of Barbados. So get ready, here we go. Okay, some of you may be looking around and seeing pink and then seeing blue. I know that we've talked about this before, but I hope that is pink. I'm colorblind, so I think it's pink. Someone may tell me something different, but don't mind. I'm going with it as being pink today, and the other color is blue. So, okay, this is Sandy Lane's property and Sandy Lane's umbrellas and their facilities for their guests. You will notice there are two rafts in the water. One is pink and one is blue. We're going to get round to them in a second. Don't want to do any hyper spins today. I'm already dizzy then. Here we go. Alright, this first one we're coming up to is the Sandy Lane guest raft. That's for the people who are actually staying at Sandy Lane. You'll notice that the decking on top of it is a pink carpeting. That's obviously a waterproof carpeting, but just to make sure it doesn't slip. Because when these rafts out here and you get water coming over them and stuff, they do tend to build up a little bit of slipperiness on them. This other one here is coming to view. You'll notice has a blue top. And this is because this is for their beach club members. Now the beach club up here, as you see, blue umbrellas are going to come into focus as well. That is set up specifically for the people that live in the villas on the estate and maybe have properties and stuff there, or anyone that is staying in one of those villas. So they have that facility which offers pretty much everything you would want at a beach facility, and that's for those guests. So they identify the two different properties by the different color umbrellas, different color beach cushions, and as you can see, different color raft. And that is, I don't think you would get any problem if you swam from one to the other. But you know, if the hotels are full, obviously they're going to want to make sure their raft is available for their guests. So that is the difference you will notice here with the coloration on this beach. And that's what that represents. Okay, a little closer up. Now you'll also see these signs here. They're up on the high water mark. That is a sign saying that it is private property and there's no trespassing beyond these points. Now, there are no private beaches in Barbados, but as you can appreciate, this is their property and this is where their guests will be. So I wouldn't recommend that you go up there and look to lay down on the tree, especially with those signs up. Who wants confusion? No matter what the confusion brings as an end result, who wants it? I certainly don't. I don't want to be ever right and having to walk away feeling unhappy or stressed out or blood pressure going through the roof. Not interested in that anymore in life. I will move on. You know, if I'm somewhere and I'm not comfortable and I don't feel as though it's going to settle down immediately, I'm gone. I find somewhere else. Too many places on this 166 square miles to tie myself up for the rest of the day with thoughts of negativity. I must be positive always in my life. I don't know if you've noticed anywhere along the way, but we do have a couple of EMC signs on the beach this morning. Sort of like put them up higher for the above where the tide is right now. As you can appreciate, it is going to be low tide at 7, so that will actually probably last until the high water comes in. And as you can see, the difference here between the sand, above is freckled and below is smoother, and that's because above there is where would be above the high water mark itself, and we've had some rain, so that's why the texture looks so much different there right now. And then the below section, where you see where they're drawn back from, is all smooth and beautiful. Just lovely. Another of the properties I always highlight down here every time I come down here. So again, if you've been on before, we can talk about it one more time. Can you imagine sitting on that decking at any time of day and looking over that fencing and seeing this view? Now the only thing that can stop you from seeing that is because you're not up on the top decking. But this is free. No one can tell you not to enjoy this. No one can tell you don't come here and have fun. This is for all of us, for each and every one of us. So come down here, whether you're local, whether you're a part-time Bajan, whether you're just a visitor, come and explore the beaches, man. Don't stay in one area, please. Come and get some walking down here. A great place to get your exercise on the west coast. But please time it for low tide. We have some ultra low tides that are coming in, like around the 9th, I think it is. Again, I have going on memory, and you all know my memory is terrible, so forgive me if I'm off on the timing, but I think it's the 9th of October to have an ultimate low tide that's coming in, so looking forward to that for sure. You can probably hopefully do something east at that time if the waves are not too big. Just beautiful, beautiful Sandy Lane Bay. World-class hotel, world-class beach. All right, let's go again. All right, you're seeing a little swell here, so we can talk a little bit about this. This is the Sandy Lane break. This is mainly a left. You can surf right on occasion sometimes, but mainly a left break. The right will carry you on to the reef where you really don't want to go. This break is probably one of the most notorious breaks on the west coast. Not that it is the best, but it is definitely one of the most notorious. Everybody who comes to Barbados has heard of Sandy Lane, just like you've heard of Soup Bowl over on the east coast of the island. The bigger here it gets, the more perfect it gets. It just breaks further and further off of the reef, and then it breaks into the sand bottom bay. Now, when those conditions are happening, you will not find these rafts here, because these rafts will be under threat, because this whole bay closes out when it's huge. And you don't want to be going in this sea down here at all when it is massive, because the shore break here can easily be 10 foot in your face, quite easily, and hammer you on the beach. And I don't tonnage of water, so like always, we like to tell you that when you're coming to the west coast, especially around the December, January, February time into March, you may encounter a north swell. And if you are coming around that time and you are staying west and you do see a north swell, please exercise serious caution, because this water turns from swimming pool into one of the most deadly breaks you can imagine, especially on the shore break section where you will probably be swimming or bathing. Alright, we still have some beach that we're able to walk around here a little bit now. You will see how much work has been done to try and protect this property here itself. And you will see it's very, very narrow now. This is the ultimate low tide. Low tide, as I said, is 7 o'clock. Ultimate low tide for now. It's not the lowest of low that it will get around full moons and stuff, but it is very, very low. and we are able to actually hopefully walk around this point here. I did it on the way down, so don't see why we can't do it on the way up. If you are here, the most difficult part of your challenge, or one of the more difficult parts to get to Sand Lane, would be this section here if you're coming out at high tide, because as you can see, there's really no sand coming off of the step. And if it's high tide, the waves are going to be coming up here and hitting onto those boulders and that wall for sure. Even if it's just a surge without any big surf or anything like that. So just be aware that these areas here, just be careful, because these boulders are sometimes concealed by sand and sometimes partially concealed by sand. So keep your eyes out when you're walking through here for me, please. There is a walkway above, makes it very comfortable to get around now. But as I said, we're going to want to stay on the beach as much as possible, because you know why? We are beach people, so that's what we're going to do. Begin to see little glows come up. Lots of crabs on these rocks as well. You'll see some glows coming up now on the water. The sun really hasn't come up in its fullness as yet. As you can appreciate, every day now going towards Christmas, it's going to get dark. Sorry, it's going to get bright later and later and later. So it's going to be we're not seeing the reflections that we would have seen if we were coming through here, say 2 or 3 months ago. Well, like now we would have seen all of the trees coming off of the water and stuff. We're not seeing that right now. This bay here, sometimes there was no sand whatsoever, or I really shouldn't say no sand whatsoever, but low tide would have seen water maybe about 12 or 15 feet off of the wall itself, unlike now where it's way back. But a lot of sand has built here recently. I'm not sure if it can be contributed to the water groin that they have laid. I would imagine that has had some impact on it for sure, because you can actually see the building of sand just in front of us. You also see the green, looking like a green groin that's coming off there. It looks like moss. Get close to it in a minute, but that's a water filled one, and that is a temporary one. It's not a permanent fixture, but I guess they've gained permission to put that there to try and trap some sand in front of these villas. Now look at the most beautiful thing we're going to see this morning. There you go. That represents me and everyone on here. That represents peace and love and kindness, and that represents hope for us all in these troubling times. Just a beautiful coastline. Lots of the manchineal trees down here have fallen. You'll see pieces of stumps sticking up. You'll see old remains of the actual tree itself sticking up with everything else dried off, because there's nothing really to keep it nourished. You know, that we lost a lot of trees in this section, but this is probably the prettiest that I've seen this section of beach here for a long time. I mean, as I said before, we don't get too much sand really building up here at all, but I'm assuming that this groin is working, because beyond it, there's really no sand being captured. But as you can see, it really mounds itself up as it comes into this area. So I'm assuming that this definitely working for the guests in this area for sure. Beautiful. I see something that's going to draw my attention. Let me see if I can reach any of them. I hope I can't, but we'll see. All right, sea grate. So we have some ripe sea grate. As you can see here, as I told you earlier on, that one day I would put one of these in my mouth for you all. We will see how that goes. So, you know how it is. Promises are promises, but I'm going to wash this off because I don't know what may be on it. So just give me a minute. I'd rather wash it off in some seawater and go from there. You know, there are two things in life that three things I like. Something that's sour, something that's sweet, and something that's salty. I don't have too much limitations really, but anyhow, here we go. Okay, I'm not saying. Okay, I have to hit. I gotta hit reverse camera on that because I gotta spit out for sure. This, disgusting. No, I know somebody's gonna say, man, that gotta be a bad cigarette because they're delicious. No, they are not delicious. Every time I put a cigarette in my mouth, I have the same response. Turn the camera off of me for sure because I'm gonna spit it out in a hurry. That's disgusting. Actually, it wouldn't be so bad if I threw some salt or some sugar on it. but it have a lot of sugar, it have a lot of salt for sure. I'm a salt man when it comes to bitter stuff, so maybe salt would be great on it. Look at this beach, folks. This is the water groin I was telling you about. It's the first one I've ever seen here, and it most definitely, you know, it's sort of like blending in cosmetically, because it's not really a eyesore per se, as if it was something white or anything like that. It's actually textured really nice to fit in with the sand, so when the sand builds up on this, it will be quite beautiful. But you can see the building that this has created versus this side, which is beyond it. And you can see there's nothing here, so it's trapping it definitely on the north side of it for sure. I don't know if later in the year, when the currents start to shift around again, if that will change, but right now you can see it's definitely working for those people at that villa for sure. And when I brought my angel here in 2016, I shouldn't say brought her here, when she came here with me, she came on this beach here, and we were running around this section here with sand, lots and lots of sand. None of this reef area was built up. So that will show you just in that little bit of time, you know, how things have changed on the west coast. Now it will get, as I said, better in a couple of months' time, but not going to return to how we've seen it in the past, that's for sure. There's no way that's going to happen. But it's still beautiful. Now you see, I'm tempted to put my hand onto this bark, but this is a manchineel tree, so I'm not going to do that. You know, I already know what will happen if I do that, and I don't really want any blister. You won't get so bad a blister from the bark itself, but I don't need any blisters at all, to be honest with you. Beautiful day. Now I know that we've done a lot of beaches this week, so I know some people on here may not like the beach, so I apologize to you all, but when I see low tide around our daybreak time, I definitely need to get to the beach, because it's like a magnet for me. I love the low tide, and I don't want to miss it for myself, so therefore you all are going to have to come along with me. So don't be upset and don't be sad about it. I'm going to bring you beautiful Barbados the way I see it, the beauty through my eyes. And today's requirements for me, beach time for sure. Just beautiful down here. Alright, now as I was mentioning to you about before, if you're walking from where you can have the public thoroughfare to get down here, that's just to the north of one sandy lane, you will have to venture up on this section here and come down. I'm just going to take you up briefly and show you the steps, show you what you'll have to walk across, so you're familiar with the terrain, so that you don't think it is a nice smooth pathway to come across, because I need you to be aware of what it is. I'm not going to go too high up on it, because it is quite a step up initially, and then wherever it goes up here must come back down for our viewing today. But just to show you, this is what you're going to have to walk across. So this is why I keep saying beach shoes or slippers are really something you should walk with, no matter what you're doing. If you're on the west coast doing some walking, so you're going to walk across here, and I'm going to show you in a second where you'll come down, but I'm going to make my way back down the sand, because I want to walk around this point, which we have not been able to do for any of the times that we've been here before, but today looks as though it's a possibility. And I'm just going to take myself some time to get down there safely. And the concerns here will just be the backsplash coming off of the wall itself, not for the height of the water around me or anything like that. So we're just going to come across here a little bit quicker. But as you can see, you can do this here at high tide for sure. Well, you could if you don't have anything to keep dry with you, because this does get a little deep, and when the water hits this here, it will backwash onto you and soak everything you have for sure. Just beautiful. But I wanted to bring you around to this beach, which is gorgeous. And this is where we will end our broadcast today. Just beautiful. Now, so again, when we were here last time, there was no sand here at all in this little section here, none. And in front of one sand lane, it was all rock coming to this side, to the north side of the wall. But it's beautiful today. Gorgeous, gorgeous Paynes Bay. As I said, it's an unwind day. It's a day just to relax, to start mellowing myself out, so that tomorrow I can just relax my mind and take it easy. So this is our relaxing day. This is a day that we sort of like bring it down. Although we're seeing all the beauty and stuff, I'm not as hyper as normal, and that is pretty standard for me on a Saturday, because I am just enjoying this all. The peace down here is unbelievable. The smell of the air is as fresh as you can possibly imagine. just barely having a hint of sea spray in it, which I'm smelling as well. Just lovely. I'm also smelling a few manchineels, not as strong as I like to smell them, and that's because, as you can see, the fruit just now we passed were young. Young as in, they may be ripe, but they're not actually rotting. And it's when it starts to rot is when I love the smell of the West Coast down here, because that is a smell I associated with my childhood. Because when I was a real young child, I used to spend quite a bit of time at some of the beach houses down here for a year on our vacation. Haven't done it for a very, very long time. And that's because I am not as young as I used to be. And you know, beautiful. Just gorgeous. Now this is a real popular beach. Really popular beach with locals and also visitors. I know before, this was probably one of the most popular West Coast beaches. Mullins, I would say, was the most. But then Mullins, because of its smaller beach size and stuff, this place, and also because of the proximity of here to the harbour, this became one of the very, very popular spots for cruise ship passengers if they want to go on the west coast of the island. Just perfect, perfect sea conditions this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, for those of you that know of Rihanna, in fact, everybody knows of Rihanna, so I don't know what I'm talking about. That is our Bajan queen. She's brought us into the international world with a bang. She has or had or has one of the condos in this one sandy lane. Massive, massive condominiums. And I saw when this was building. This took forever to build. And I actually thought it would never ever end, because a lot of steel pipes and stuff were put in here because of its proximity to the water and stuff. And because of the height they were going and thing, they had to put in a massive foundation structure, which took what seemed like forever. They put large steel pipes in here and fill them with concrete and stuff. So I know that is one rock solid structure. Alright, the beautiful glows and reflections are beginning to come up now as the sun is rising as well. Beautiful morning up here, as you can see. Stunning, stunning morning. Once again, I'm wearing my waistcoat for no reason, as we can see, but don't mind. The reason is you know, a safety security element. If we had rain, we would have continued this walk. We would not have been interrupted. We might have had a few jitters to get everything in place, but we would have continued the walk. And that is the thing that I have the control over this morning, and that is my serenity, because I can bring our raincoat or I can bring an umbrella to make sure that everything is fine. And that is the only thing that I have really control over, something that I can do like that. So rain or sun, we go on. That's the EMC's policy. Beautiful. Yes, we are going in the sea again. I can't remember how many dips we've taken, but we will most definitely be going in this water for sure. I'm not going to pass this kind of ocean and not treat you all to swim this morning, because I know for sure that you all will rebel. I don't want that happening. Gorgeous morning. I see some water people on here this morning. I know I'm seeing their glee right now. Notice there's a little bit of sargassum down here that's worked its way around this section as well. That's just the currents and thing that would have brought that in. This is not something you would normally find down here. Only if you have a swell or some very strong currents that will bring it around from the south or from the north of the island. Sometimes you will get it like up in the northern areas. Not heavy though, but sometimes you get it up there and it will come down with the currents as well. Alright, here we go. No, that's not a dorsal fin. Somebody's swimming. Don't worry. I have all of my shark repellents on and stuff, so we're good. No sharks here, folks. Don't worry. I just play the fool, but I gotta just make sure and stress there are no sharks in this area. Well, if they are, I'm not saying they're not sharks, because this is the ocean, but we haven't seen shark sightings in this area for a very, very long time, and if it's ever happened, it's been extremely, extremely rare. Lots of little fish swimming by me. I don't know if you can see them, but here they go. I guess something a little bigger is probably behind them, because they're certainly moving along at some rate here. But beautiful, beautiful. Just a lovely morning. Alright, so let's end this with a very peaceful, relaxing and calming water 360. Here we go. You know, peace is peace. And no matter where I took you in the island today, I don't care where we've gone, whether it be in a forest, whether it be in cliffs, whether it be beaches on the east, the south, the north, that doesn't make any difference. This is as peaceful and as serene as you can possibly ask for. What a beautiful way to end our week. Just something calm, relaxed, and beautiful. Let me use my word. And stunning. Just a stunning, stunning morning. So any of you that are coming down to the island, this is what awaits you. For any of you that are on the island, please get up today and go out and have some fun. Take a, if you're looking to swim and stuff, the south has a little bit of a swell coming in. Expecting swell tomorrow. The winds are very strong, so it's going to be choppy. So if you want to do a little drive into something really relaxing and peaceful and placid like this here, come on down to the west coast, because this is stunning at the moment. Just beautiful. But please remember, if you're coming westwise, shade is very limited from 1 o'clock on. So just be prepared to, take some sun on you. So bring your rash guards, put on some sunblock, or come earlier. Maybe come and watch the sunset or something later as well. But the west coast gets hot, really hot, from around, I'd say, 1 o'clock onward, when all the shade from these trees disappears to the angle of the sun. We all have a beautiful, beautiful day. And as always, I ask you go forward and just carry the peace and the serenity and the love that you've experienced in this room. I know for sure that when you're leaving here today, you're feeling really, really good. I don't think you could feel any better unless you obviously were not feeling, if you're feeling unwell, you obviously could feel better. But in general, today, if you are not feeling well, this is the best that you will probably feel for the day. So you enjoy it. If you later on today you start to feel a little bit down or whatever, please go up on the YouTube channel, have a look at all of the lovely vlogs we've put up there in the past. Have a look around Barbados, plan your trip. If you're feeling a little bit down and you're thinking, well, I can't go down this year, can't go down till next year, don't worry about that. You get out the map, you research your vacation, and you keep planning it and keep changing it to suit. Everyone have a peaceful, peaceful day. I love you all, and I am sending all of the possible warmth and love from Barbados. Angie, if you're online, my darling, I love you with all of my heart, and I will talk to you later on. For all of you others, I will most definitely be sharing my love and care with you all when I get home. So look out for me getting back to you all as I'm responding to you when I'm walking. And that's what I like to do, try to make this as interactive as possible and try to stay in the time zone. I watch every video all the time, and if someone laughs at something, I go to the video and find out what they're laughing at, because I want to live the moment with you all. I can't do so when I'm walking, but I can certainly do so when I'm finished the walk. We're going to do another 360 here. I will talk a little bit because my mouth needs to let go some talk, so I'll just talk a little bit through it. Remember those around you that may be having challenges this morning. Remember your friends that may not be looking right. If they're not looking right at what you're accustomed to, just ask them, can I help? Can I be there? Is there anything I can do for you? Because I don't know about anyone else, but me being a human being doesn't like to depend on anyone. I don't like to admit that I'm feeling weak or that I'm feeling vulnerable. That is not for me, especially as I think, a man is supposed to be strong all the time. That is a joke. Those days are gone. If I need help, I'm going to cry out for help. If I need someone to be there for me, I'm going to ask someone to be there for me. Because you know what? That is what God put us all here for. To help each other get through these hard times. To do it together, to love each other, and to care for each other. And the most important part is to bring hope to those that have lost it. Just shine a little bit of happiness in their direction. Follow your light. That light will tell you, help those folks. Take care of them the best you can. Do whatever you can, even if it's just a smile, help them today. I love you all. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And as long as God spares our lives, we are going to be going somewhere super special on Monday. I am not telling you all where it is. What I will tell you is that I'm going tomorrow to have a look around just to check signal strengths and stuff. But it's going to be somewhere very, very special if it comes off. So you all take care. Rest up for Monday. Come Monday, we're going to have a big start to the week. Take care, everyone. Love you all.